Hi friends, how are you all? Welcome back to Soulful Knowledge. So in my channel, I'm making videos regarding spiritual awakening, Kundalini awakening, about narcissism, about twin flames. So if you're interested to check all this information, you can check in my channel. Plus, I'm making in two languages, in Tamil as well as in English. So if you wanted to check only in English version, you can check my playlist. So recently I'm making videos about spiritual concept. That is, after spiritual awakening, we need to separate from the narcissistic energies. Then we need to learn many spiritual concepts, many knowledges. We need to change ourselves and implement these concepts in our life so that we can grow stronger in spirituality. So spirituality has taught me so much of knowledge and information which I am being implementing in my life so that I can reach my purpose and reach my goal. So in that way I'm sharing all those informations. It is like a global information which is already there. Ancient times these information were there. So I'm trying to bring all those information and share with you so that everyone can benefit from that. So in that way, I made many videos about law of attraction, about universal communication, angel numbers, about yin and yang. You can check in my previous videos. So today I'm going to talk about Wu Wei. So Wu Wei is a Chinese concept. So Taoism was a religion like many thousand years before this religion was there, and they had many spiritual concepts with them. So one of them was yin and yang. So I explained about that yin and yang. You can check that because it is very important to know about the twin flame energies. So yin and yang has the details about twin flame energies. You can check in my previous videos. So today I'm going to tell about Wu Wei. So Wu Wei is another Chinese concept. So this is also a very important concept to implement in our life. Wu Wei tells about the flow of our life. Wu Wei meaning is effortless. So we need to lead our life with effortless and to actually live our life in an harmony with this universe. For that we need to understand the flow of our nature and this flow of our life. It is like the flow of water in the river. In the same way, we need to adapt for that smooth flow and we should accept that changes in our life. Today I'm going to tell you how to understand this flow of nature. Please be with me till the end so that you will understand the whole picture. So in our society, we have been taught or we have been pushed for hard working. So our mentality or mindset itself is set for hard work. If we need to achieve something of, or if we need to go for a destination or goal, we need to put in hard work. So according to Wu Wei, according to this spirituality, hard work is actually a bad thing which has been forced in our mindset. Because if someone is doing and work with hard work means it is like they're doing that work with ego or they're doing it without any interest in their life. So hard work is simply that you're doing things without any interest or you're not using the smartest way or intellectual way. But unfortunately, our society has been pushing us to this type of judgment in our life. So everyone are trying to compete with others, to live for others, to prove for others, just in an egoistic way. For they are taking ego as a driving force and we are being competing with each other to just to prove we are actually fitting into the society. So I think this is one of the wrong concept. Wu Wei is completely opposite to that. Wu Wei tells to live a life effortlessly. So the literal meaning is tells that Wu Wei do nothing. So it is not that we have to do nothing in our life. It just tells that we have to do everything in an effortless way, in a smooth and in an enjoyable way. So for example, if you take the river, so if you wanted to swim in the river, the smartest way and the intellectual way is to go with the flow of the water. We all know that every path in the river or lakes or sea, there will be a current or there will be a water flow. We need to understand that water flow, study that water flow, study the twists and turns of the river first, and we need to swim in that with that water flow, so that without any friction or without any hard work we will be easily navigating through that river. So this is what Uwe also tells us. We have to be like that water flow and we should accept that force of nature, because this universe also have a force in that. Not only the river, even universe have some flow in that time. It has a rhythm in it. We should understand that flow of time and understand that rhythm of our universe. So in that way, if we tap into that rhythm, we'll have that smooth flow like in the river. So this is what Ove teaches us. So now what is hard work is? So we know that there is a smooth flow in that river, the current is passing through that river and the water flow is in a one direction. But what we'll do is, instead of going in that direction, we'll try to swim in the opposite direction, against the current of the water, against the force of the water. So if we do that, we are going to have to put so much of effort in our life, because we are going to actually swim against the force of this water. So in the same way, all everything what we are doing now is, we are not understanding the rhythm of our universe or the timeline or that flow of a time in our life, but instead of that we are actually putting our effort against that nature, against the flow of that time. So now Uwe teaches us to understand that flow of that life, flow of that time. So everyone has their own frequency, everyone has their own time and their time cycle. We should know to understand that frequency. So all these I told in my last previous video also, because only then if we understand our frequency we will understand the law of attraction, we'll understand the universal communication, and only if we understand the universal communication we can take every step in our life, we can accept the changes in our life, because this universe will not be the same as before, it's going to change every time. So if we only understand the twists and turns and rhythms in our universe, we'll accept the change. Whenever it's time to change, we will change ourselves. If you take a roller coaster ride, we already understood the frequency of the roller coaster, that is the pattern of the roller coaster, and we have selected that roller coaster ride. We have actually got into that ride and we are ready to for that to take off the ride. But what will happen is, we will not be in that mindset to accept that roller coaster ride. Instead, we'll start focusing on other things, the people who are outside the roller coaster ride or some other ride will be focusing in that thing, so that we will lose the mindset to accept this roller coaster ride, and we will start struggling and will not enjoy that ride. The same thing is only happening in our life. We are having our own timeline. Please do not compare with others. Others are in their own timeline. Everyone is unique in our world, so everyone is in their own timeline. You should understand your frequency, you should understand the flow of time in your life. Please do not focus in others time, because they are living in other timeline. So when you focus in your own lifetime and when you focus only in your roller coaster ride, you will enjoy your ride. So this is what Uwe teaches us, to live effortlessly in our life. So this I'll tell you an example how to understand that how to live our life and to move our life effortlessly, so that we'll actually be in synchronized with this universe, we'll understand the language of universe. So one thing already told about the universal communication. So 11:11, if we are seeing that, it is like we are being in the flow of that time, because 11:11, that time we are seeing in our phone or in our watch, it is that one single minute we are seeing in that whole day. In that whole day, that only 1 minute shows that time, 11:11. So when exactly if you're watching that, it is actually you're synchronized with the nature, because the time is set along with the rotation of this earth. It is set with the Greenwich time. So logically we can actually understand that. So it is something, the time is something, it is in the flow with the force of the nature. So it is in the flow of this world, in the rotation of this world, in the rotation around the sun. So that's why when we are seeing this 1 minute 11:11 in our life, it is like we are synchronized with this nature, with these forces of the nature. So that it is very important to understand the forces of the nature first, and to accept that force, and to navigate smoothly with that force. This we can understand with an example. So if you see in this world, there are like three kinds of personalities or three kinds of people who are living in a three different timelines. First person is a person who is proactive. That is a person who's living the time ahead of his or her time. This type of person will always be pushing their efforts or pushing their life to actually do everything immediately, or they will not understand the flow of life. Everything they'll do in a hard work manner. They'll take ego as a driving force and they'll push everything. They will not understand the flow of nature or flow of that time. Everything they need to do immediately. So they will not understand something. They need to prioritize things in their life. They should plan things and do things first. And if something's not working, they should not push that. So these kind of people will not understand that. They are like proactive and they are like ahead of their timeline. Everything is destinated in our life. Someone have to reach the destination from A to B. If they have to take 5 years in time, they'll definitely going to take 5 years in time. Everything is going to work exactly on that time only. That's how our nature is destinated, and that's how our flow of life and flow of rhythm is there. But these type of people will push everything. So A to B, they'll reach their destination, but before reaching that, they would have tried so much of things in their life. Everything, they have put so much of hard work in their life. They would have done 10 jobs in their life. Finally, they would have selected the final job, and finally they would have succeeded in that, reaching the destination. But even though they've reached the destination, if you see their life journey, it will be so much of struggle and so much of hard work. That's what everyone are doing in this world. People who are reaching heights and people who are reaching their destination, or touching their goal, always they'll portray as though they've crossed that journey with so much of hard work. So one thing we should understand, that we are going to reach the destination, but we should not miss that journey. Journey is also very important in our life. Anyhow, we are going to reach the destination, but after reaching the destination, the journey continues. So this is very important to understand in our life. Each day and each journey in our life, which actually leading to our destination, we should enjoy that journey. We should lead that journey in an effortless way. So that's what actually Uwe teaches us, to lead our journey in an effortless way, so that when we turn back, we will actually have a good memorable in our life, and we have enjoyed our life. Not that we have put so much of hard work, we try so much of things, so much of failures, and finally we have won our goal. It should not be like that. Spirituality doesn't teach that way. It does not work in an egoistic way. So all these years, maybe that was our concept, but now spirituality teaches us to live in harmony with our life, to navigate our life effortlessly, to enjoy our journey. So this is the first type of people who actually pushes the timeline. They'll actually go ahead in that timeline, and they will actually try so many things before they can reach that destination. So the second type of people is the lazy people. They are actually living in a delayed timeline, because even when they actually have the opportunity with them, when they are getting the opportunity, they will not able to identify that, or they will not understand that they have to take that opportunity in their life, because they will not have that mindset to actually get up and work for that opportunity. They'll be living in a delayed timeline, and they'll be very lazy to understand even that opportunity in their life. If you see these people, the opportunity will knock at the door and come and give it into their hands, but even then they will not recognize about that opportunity, and they will not actually start working in their life. So these people, A to B, like if the timeline is to achieve in 5 years, it is like they'll take so much of time to achieve their destination, maybe 10 years or 20 years, because they'll be missing their opportunities in their life. They'll not be having that mindset or that prepared mindset to take that opportunity, because they even cannot identify what opportunity they need in their life. So that every time when they're missing the opportunity, the nature has its own way to reroute or rewire things. So it is like the shortest map route we are seeing in that Google map. In the same way, what happens is whenever you miss that opportunity, again this universe will rewire things again it will create some other opportunity. But every time when we start missing this opportunity, finally it is going to take so much of years altogether. We're going to actually miss the timeline. So in that correct timeline, we need to do few things in our life. We're going to miss that, and it is going to take years together to understand, to work out, and to actually wake up from this delayed timeline. So these type of people are actually working in delayed timeline, and the timeline will be ahead of them and they're not able to catch with that timeline. This is the second type of people. Now, the third type of people are only the people who are living in the present, who are actually able to understand the rhythm of their life, who are able to understand the flow of their life. They are exactly in their timeline. So these type of people are always alert in their life. They will have so much of presence of mind. They will never push things. They will know how to prioritize their things. They know what to do first and what to do next in their life. Whichever is not working in their life, they will actually let go of those things. They will actually never push that things. They'll never actually have an attachment or hold them together. They'll be in a free flow in their life, like the same as the water in the river. Because they will not have any attachment, they will let go things freely, so that they'll never push things or push their destination ahead. They'll be exactly in that timeline, and everything will happen perfectly in their life. Maybe their career, maybe their marriage, kids, everything will be perfectly aligned in their life. So these type of people will be rare in our world, because they are actually understanding their flow of life and they are living with the synchronization of the universe. So now I told the three types of personality. One is a personality who's ahead of that timeline, who's pushing things always, and they'll reach the destination, but it will be in a hard work manner, and they'll be in a trial and error. They'll do so much of thing, they'll put so much of effort and energies in their life. So the second type of people is the delayed timeline. They'll miss all the opportunities in their life, and they'll do everything in a delayed manner, and it will take so much of lifetime together to achieve their goal. The third type of people are exactly who are synchronized with the nature, who are in the flow of the time, and everything perfectly will be aligned in that life. So if you see our timeline, it will change often. So we should know to understand the changes in our life. We cannot be actually being stagnated in our old pattern. Sometimes we may have enjoyment in our life, sometimes it will not be there. That time we should not be sticking to that old enjoyment life. We should know that the time has changed for us, and you should know to adapt the changes. Our nature knows what to give at the right time in our life. If one door closes, another door will open. You should know to actually change in your life, adapt to the changes. So you should know how the nature is changing. In that way, you'll be in synchronized with the universe. It can be easily said that to understand the flow of nature, to live effortlessly. So Uwe tells us to go navigate our life effortlessly, but it is very, very difficult to implement in our life. It is depends on our mindset. We should actually fix our mindset to the rhythm of the universe, to rhythm of your timeline. We should not be in the past or future, we should be in the present. So this is very important, to make a mindset to be in the present. So all these things I will explain in my next video, to how to bring a flow in our life, to lead our life effortlessly, how to bring wu wei in our life. So all these things I will tell in my next video. So I guess today you would have understood what is Uve is. So what is the flow of life? It is simply like a flow of water. We should be like a water only, to accept the changes, to accept the twists and turns in that nature. So that way we can reach our goal and destiny in an harmony, in an effortless way. So okay guys, all this information would have been useful for you all. So thanks for watching. So this is Shobna. Bye from Soulful Knowledge.